So last night I had to Google what to do when you've had a spiritual awakening, but your family and partner hasn't. Because honestly, I was going crazy because it's like nobody was understanding me in my family. And the thing is that we've been asked to go to a funeral. And for me, funerals are just, oh, they're so overwhelming. So they're actually, it sounds bad to say, but they're frustrating to me because at a funeral, I'm seeing dead people, but they're not dead. They're alive. They're more alive than ever before. They're out of this false dream world. They're, well, not all of them. Sometimes they'll go in a step into a different kind of dream world. That's all this fun game, isn't it, that we're playing as source energy. Everything is kind of like a bit of a dream. Different types of dreams, different perspectives. But yeah, going to a funeral for me these days is such a challenge. Just the energy, the anxiety, when people are sad, it's so bad. I start to get frustrated when people are sad because I'm like, they're right here. They're right here talking to you. They're fine. They're happy. They look incredible. But I have to have, compassion as well for those, they've lost somebody. So I can't be a bitch and say, no, no, it's all good. Nobody understands, but it's almost like a funeral to me just feels really fake sometimes now. But yeah, so I had to just Google and say, oh my God, what do I do when, the people around me aren't awakened? But obviously I've got you guys and this whole earth. I mean, how many people have awakened? Not saying we're all fully awakened because we're still in this human body. We still don't know half of it yet, but we're waking up to more and more. But yeah, so I thought I would read to you guys what, just basically it's like just an AI overview of what to do when you've had a spiritual awakening or you're having a spiritual awakening and your family isn't. So I thought it was helpful. So when you experience a spiritual awakening and your partner does not, focus on practicing unconditional love. I was like, yes, all right. Okay. Patience. Yeah, practice patience. Whew, that is a hard one. And acceptance. Practice patience and acceptance rather than trying to force to or fix them. We do. Like sometimes we're like, frickin' wake up and see what is going on. So we need to, it says, respect their individual pace. Maintain your own practice quietly and communicate openly while ensuring the relationship remains mutually respectful. So, that's nice because it can be really frustrating and you can get triggered really easily by your family these days. It's because like the whole world is being triggered. So we're being triggered by every single thing. So of course our family can trigger us as well. So it says, this was an interesting one. Avoid the superiority trap. Sorry, I can't speak today. Do not view yourself as more enlightened or better. Sometimes we feel like we know more when we are awakening, but not necessarily. Sometimes it's actually harder knowing stuff. So sometimes acting like we know more can be a common ego trap. And I get that. Like, your ego is like, gets frustrated because they're not awakening and it can kind of trap you a bit. Acknowledge that everyone is on their own valid path, even if it looks different. And when I tune into some souls, it's like their soul, like their higher self is obviously awakened, but their soul, they're learning so much from not being awakened. So they still want to play in that game. And that's all good too, because they're strong, they're powerful. They're actually, it's very hard to play in that false reality. So they're doing a great job of it. So we have to give them credit. Um, so it says to focus on your own growth, continue your journey without demanding they participate, but model your transformation through increased love, joy, and kindness. So set boundaries and communicate. So it says clearly communicate your new needs and feelings, such as feeling lonely, but do not make them feel wrong for not experiencing it. Next one is reframe the relationship. So view your partner or family as a teacher in disguise who can mirror your own and allow for the relationship to exist in a school of life capacity. So, and then it says access the relationship health. So, if your partner or family is respectful and open, the relationship can work. However, if they are unsupportive or abusive regarding your growth, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship. So, it's important not to take on the responsibility of changing them, but to simply shine your own light and see if they are inspired by it. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. So, let me know how you guys are going with your friends, family, partners, husbands, wives. Yeah, let me know if you are struggling at the moment or if you've got any tips or tricks that are helping you.